Clerk E-Certify shopping cart can be easily integrated with your own portal. I will walk you through the steps to achieve this. Let us first take a look at what we want to do. Let's assume this is your own web portal. It lists a set of records. Here at the top, you may want a shopping cart icon which displays the number of items currently in your cart. When the user clicks on an item in your portal, we would want the shopping cart count automatically updated. When we deselect an item, we want the counter to be automatically reduced. Further, when I click on the shopping cart icon, user need to see current shopping cart contents and able to check out using a credit card. This is the most common requirement. Let's see how we can build this from scratch. I'm going to create a brand new Visual Studio project. Let's create an MVC project. We're going to call it My Shopping Cart Integration. Let's go ahead and edit the home controller. There are a few prerequisites that we need to initialize first. We need the URL for test and production environment for Clerk E-Certify. We also need publisher code, subscriber code, and token to access Clerk E-Certify. This information is provided to you by Tridata. Make sure to initialize the variables with your actual values. Let's create a model class to hold our test records. I'm going to call it Code Search View Model, and it will have 3 fields. Instantiate the class, and let's populate it with a few sample records. Now let's go ahead and update the view to display the table. The first element in the table is a checkbox for the user to select an element and add it to the shopping cart. We're going to assign an ID of my checkbox to this element. We're also going to assign an ID for each element. Let's run it. All looks good and we can see the records now. In order to work with Clerk E-Certify Shopping Cart, we need to add a package from Nugget Package Manager. It is called Clerk E-Certify Connector. Let us go ahead and add this package to your project. This package provides methods to add and remove items from shopping cart. Next step is to create a helper class to access our shopping cart. I will create a new static class in helper folder with one method. You need to create a constant string to hold the cart session key. This can be any string and has no relevance. If the session key does not exist, then we will create a new GUID and assign it as the session key. It's a pretty simple method. In our home controller, let us create a correlation ID for the shopping cart. A correlation ID is required to uniquely identify your shopping cart. We can generate a correlation ID by adding your subscriber code and cart ID like this. Let's add the correlation ID to the viewback element so that it's always available for us. Now we need to edit the layout page and add a div to display the shopping cart image. If jQuery does not exist in your project, make sure to add it first. Next, we need to add a shopping cart icon on top right of our page. You can use any image to display the cart. We're going to call this div as ID cart. It's got a background image of a shopping cart. We will also create a new div called ID correlation ID, with a value of our viewback correlation ID if it exists. If it doesn't exist, we will just assign it a value of 0. Next, let's go ahead and create a JavaScript function in our layout page. Each time the layout is invoked, we would want the shopping cart to display updated item count. We will create a new function called update shopping cart counter to display the number of items currently in the cart. This function can be invoked by any page since it is part of the layout page. You can actually store that in your own JavaScript library as well. When the user clicks on the shopping cart counter, we need to display the cart contents in a new page. To do this, I'm going to redirect the user to a controller method. This method is called display cart in the home controller. The element CEC shopping cart ID is instantiated by E-Certify when you load the HTML, so you don't have to create it. Let's run the project. As you can see, the system displays shopping cart icon and also displays items currently in your cart. Let's create another function to display the shopping cart view in our layout page. This function is called update shopping cart view. This function displays the contents of the shopping cart ID within a div element called ID shopping cart view. We will define this element in a new page shortly. Now we need to create a method in our home controller by name displayCart. It is going to fetch the correlation ID and assign it to a viewback. Let's add a view for this method. Within the view, let's create a new div called ID shopping cart view. This div will display our shopping cart. Let us go ahead and create a JavaScript to populate the div on document ready event. After the document is loaded, we're going to display the shopping cart by invoking update shopping cart view function. Let's run it. Now we can see the count as 0, and when we click on it, it displays there are no items added to the shopping cart. Now we need to add the logic to add items to the shopping cart. In our index view, let's create a JavaScript to capture click action on our table row. I'm going to capture all the column values of the selected row first. Next, let's check if the checkbox is selected. If the checkbox is selected, then we will add records to the shopping cart by posting it to our controller method called add record to shopping cart, and then invoke update shopping cart counter function to update our cart counts. If the checkbox is unselected, let's post to a method called remove record from shopping cart and invoke the update shopping cart counter. We need to add both methods to our home controller next. Let's first add the add record to shopping cart method first. Let's instantiate our shopping cart object, passing in our HTTP context and other parameters. And invoke the method to add an item to official record shopping cart. You can add items to cart shopping cart by invoking alternate methods also. And finally, return a success indicator. We also need to add remove record from shopping cart method. This is very similar to the previous one, except that we will be invoking remove doc from cart method. Remember to specify whether the item is a cart or official record by passing in appropriate parameter. Let's run it. Now we can add and remove items from the shopping cart. System automatically updates the cart counts. You can navigate to the checkout